Well, a'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, hamdan syakirin, hamdan na'imin, hamdan yuafi ni'amahu wa yukafi mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhikal karimi wa 'azimi sultanik. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma ya Allah, today in this beautiful place we gather here to bring about a ProAksi Talks 16 series with the theme is the future technologies in accounting. Make this webinar as a useful scientist assembly, as a medium of sharing useful ideas, knowledge, and experiences of scholars, researchers, and students of various disciplines. May the conference we organize today benefit to our life, broaden our knowledge, shine our ideas, and lead us to be successful, productive person, which is in turn will boost dignity of our nation. Oh Allah, guide and bless our heart and our mind with the light of your guidance. Impart your supreme wisdom upon our activities. Help us to speak our mind clearly. Help us to listen to each other, respect each other, love each other, so that we are included to the blessed person. Oh Allah, you are the who can fulfill our dua. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzaban nar. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much for the Riansha. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we come into the main point, that is ProAksi Talks Series 16, that topic, the future technologies in accounting. So the presentation will be presented by Dr. Muhammad Auwal Kabir, and then this section will be conducted by Ms. Windy Astuti, SMSE, as a moderator. So before starting, I would like to introduce some of the moderator bibliography. Ms. Windy is a young lecturer in Accounting Department Program, University of Sumatera Utara, and she is an expert staff member of Finance at Faculty of Economics, and she has a competence in public accounting area and has completed the ChipSAS certification. So please welcome Ms. Windy Astuti, SMSE. The time is yours.
Thank you, Mrs. Munawara, as the host for today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank our lecturer for today, the Honorable Dr. Muhammad Auwal Kabir, for fulfilling our invitation. Thank you to Dr. Rina Bukit, SAMSE AKCA, and Mrs. Risanti, SAMSE AKCA, as the head and the secretary of accounting and the graduate program. Very warm greetings to all the participants here for webinar 16 ProAksi Talks Series, the future technologies in accounting. I am more than grateful to stand here and welcome you to all this webinar. I am Windy Astuti, shall be walking you through this session. Before we begin, I would like to encourage all participants to turn on your camera, and I hope our meeting will be more interactive. And now I would like to introduce you to our honorable lecturer by reading his curriculum vitae. Dr. Muhammad Auwal Kabir obtained his master's degree from Bayero University, Kano, Nigeria. Okay, can you guys listen? Okay. Dr. Muhammad Auwal Kabir obtained his master's degree from Bayero University, Kano, Nigeria in 2013 and PhD degree in accounting from University Utara Malaysia in 2018. Dr. Muhammad Auwal Kabir also involved in several organizations such as Association of Financial Analysts of Nigeria and Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Dr. Muhammad Auwal Kabir is a lecturer, head of department, and also Deputy Director ICT in Department of Accounting, Bauchi State University, Gadao, Nigeria. And now we're going to listen to a lecture from Dr. Muhammad Auwal Kabir, the future technologies in accounting. So please welcome Dr. Muhammad Auwal Kabir. The time is on you.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Doctor.
Thank you so much. It has been a nice an opportunity for me to be within your midst to share the knowledge I have with your students and the entire people around. So, Alhamdulillah, I think I will say that I appreciate the effort of the university and the department and also all the organizers of this talk series. And I appreciate also the way you handle the invitation and then the time and then the privilege you have given me to deliver what I have or what I know within the concept of the future technologies in accounting. I have my specialization is on more of technology or technology adoption in accounting. So I think I have some little things to share with to you based on what I know. Despite I'm not very expert, or let me say a professor indeed in that area, but at least I can share the little I know, inshallah. So I think we can start. Let me share the screen and then we start. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay. So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I would like to say that I want to start my presentation on the future technologies in accounting. My name is Dr. Muhammad Auwal Kabir. I'm a lecturer in the Bauchi State University in the Department of Accounting, Nigeria. So when we are talking of technology, or we are talking of future technology in accounting, we all know that the evolution of technology certainly has changed the accounting profession over the centuries. By looking at the history over time, we can see how the rapid pace of technological advancements is changing the landscape of accounting profession. So, to this extent, we know that technology has a little bit, or it has to some extent, have affected the profession of accounting itself. And accounting is one of the professions that the technology has been the first instance being affected, because the adoption of technology by accountants are dated back even at the onset of the technology, the computer itself. So we have to understand that technology and accounting are things that go hand in hand, that whatever technology can bring to ease work, to minimize cost, and to increase efficiency, the accounting usually imbibe and also adopt those kind of technology. Now, before we go on, we have to understand the historical development of accounting itself, because we want to know what has been in the past, what are we in the present, and then what will the future will become. So we have to understand the history and the development of accounting itself. Then we look at how the technology or the financial technology has came away within those periods, and then what are the possible future technologies that we may encounter in the accounting in the foreseeable years. So the history of accounting can be initially traced back to an Italian monk, mathematician named Luca Pacioli. He is the first person to publish detailed material on the double entry system, even though he is not the first person to trace back the accounting work on him. but most of the accounting principles and cycles described by Luca Pacioli are still in use until present day, which we have been using. Even the computerized accounting system, we are using all those basic principles of double entry system, and all other concepts and conventions of accounting are being embedded in the digital technology we are having. So all those two are, to some extent, are the work of Luca Pacioli. So since we have to understand the history, now we look at the stages of the development of accounting itself. This classification are more apparent. Then we have the emergent periods, we have the pre-analytic, and then we have the development, and then we have the modern. These 4 stages of our history of accounting, or let me say the development of accounting, will give us an insight on how the technology came into being, and how the technology has been in progress, and what is supposed to be in the future. The emergent, that is the primitive, from the primitive age to 1494, that was the 15th century. So these years, this stage covers the period from the beginning of human civilization to 1449. The emergent stage of accounting keeps pace with the following stages of the history of human civilization. We all know the Stone Age. We have the primitive stage. We also have the barter stage, and then the currency. All those are periods within beginning from the human civilization, and then until 1494 in the 15th century, where it's telling us that all those stages, Stone Age, primitive stage, the barter stage, and the currency stage, are within those periods. We all know the Stone Age, whereby people in the olden days, they use what they can have within their means to use as instrument or tools for counting or for recording and all that is. We also have the primitive stage, and then we have the barter stage, whereby we tend to start exchange between people, between goods and services to some extent. And then the currency stage is a situation whereby the money was, or maybe the medium of exchange has been accepted by most nations. Now let us move to the next stage. This is a period in which key accounting concepts and conventions were introduced. We have 3 concepts that we can identify in this pre-analytical period, whereby we have, during this period, that we have the money measurement concept, and then we also have the going concern concept, and then the periodic concept. We all know the money measurement concept within this period, because when we say those periods that we said, we have the currency stage at the end. So the money measurement concept started to evolve within those periods, whereby monetary value are now assigned to asset and liabilities of entities in business. Within that period also, it started to have a going concern, whereby businesses start to increase, and businesses tends to have more relation between one business and another. Then this issue of the going concern, or the concept of going concern, came into being to provide that businesses are to exist in perpetual, that is, in continuity, due to the expansion of the trade and commerce around the globe at that period. So we also have identified the periodic concept within that period of pre-analytic. Within the introduction of the going concern concept, then the business entities start having periodic reports. This is where we started having the financial report or the financial statement, in other businesses to know their status and then their also financial position. So this is more of the information we have for the pre-analytic stage. So after the pre-analytic stage, then we have the development stage, where it ends in 1950. The period of industrial revolution around the globe, which was characterized by key shifts from the merchandise to manufacturing-based economies. So during this industrial revolution in the Europe and other parts of the world, has brought about a lot of manufacturing activities within those countries that necessitate businesses to enlarge or to increase and have voluminous transactions. So as a result, the emergence of joint stock companies, which brought about large-scale production and large volume of transactions that involves money. So as a result, when the manufacturing-based companies or economies have evolved in the Industrial Revolution, then there are also an emergence, or there's a proliferation of joint stock companies, whereby shareholders tend to organize themselves and then have companies, and then this also increases the large scale of production among those companies and then countries also. So there is a need of a large volume of transaction which involves a lot of money, and that also has to do with the accounting profession. In consequence, government regulation towards reporting was instituted for tax purpose. So as a result of this emergence of joint stock companies and the large volume of transactions and productions, it necessitated government to now have some regulations. Regulation in the sense that this regulation will make it proper for government to collect tax from people, to collect tax from businesses, so that it can be used for other provision of social amenities. So at the development stage, this is what happened within the accounting profession. There's a large volume of production, joint companies came in, the large volume of transaction where money is involved, and then the government also started to impose taxation. Then we have the modern stage, where it started from 1951 to the present situation, or the present day we are in, which we want to elaborate more on that area. So this is a period in which there is a significant advancement in science and technology. We all witness this is after the Second World War, when things have started changing. Thus, there is a great advancement in industry and commerce, and this influences the economic activities tremendously. So more parties become more interested in knowing the economic activities of business organization, and this necessitates for uniformity of financial reporting. So at this period, when production has been increased a lot, and then a lot of voluminous transactions of money is in circulation, the accounting profession started to have a kind of challenge in, so that it has a better way, so that it have a better way of looking at how it reduce the volume of the work, how it can increase the efficiency of the work, and then how it can also manage to present information, economic resource information, within the shortest period of time. This is a period whereby a lot of technology have come into being, which we are going to explain in the future. So also this period has witnessed expansion in the field of accounting profession, and in particular the use of information technology tools, which gave rise to mechanized and computerized accounting system. So from 1951 to present time, there's a lot of changes, a lot of improvement, a lot of innovations that we have in the accounting profession with regards to the technology use. So now let us now go to the evolution of accounting technology. Previously, we have been talking of the evolution of accounting, or the history of accounting itself. Now, we want to look at the evolution of accounting technology. How did it start? From where has it started? And then what are the possible, what are the current technologies we use? And then what are the possible technology we may have, or we may continue to have in the future? So the evolution of technology certainly has changed the accounting profession over the centuries. By looking at the history over time, we can see how the rapid pace of technological advancement is changing the landscape of accounting profession. We have known where we have been using calculator, then we have been using mainframe computers. We move on to maybe spreadsheets or packages, and then now to accounting software, ERP, and then cloud computing, and a lot of more. So all these periods are periods whereby we are going to explain bit by bit. Now let us start with the evolution of the accounting technology itself. When we get it back, we are now trying to see how the technology has been evolving from the beginning to the present time, and then what will be the future technology. So looking at the dating back to thousands of years, the ancient civilization used rudimentary accounting method to keep records regarding animals, or stock. So tokens Clayballs, clay tablets, the abacus, and the papyrus were the tools of the trade in the early accounting period. All these apparatus or these tools were used as the technology at that time to count, to record, and to keep record, and also to present information with regards to the accounting information. Yeah, so this is the period whereby we only have this kind of materials as presented here to use as a technology that they use in counting, processing, and then presenting information. Now we move on to the next stage. One of the earliest tools in accounting profession is the adding machine, invented in 1980s by an American named William Burroughs. It allows accountants to calculate more accurately than the previous Asian methods. This is a sample of the machine. Maybe it may not be the necessary version of the 1980s, but this is the sample of the Burroughs machine where he used for calculating of numbers to ensure that records are being kept adequately. So we can now say that the technology of accounting have started even within the 19th century. So that is in the 1880s, the technology started from the adding machine. Let me say adding machine, not calculator. They started with the adding machine of this great American. So moving on, we also have the VisiCalc, which was the first spreadsheet software in 1979 to allow for financial modeling on the computer. This VisiCalc was the first spreadsheet software in 1979, which from that time it involves other spreadsheet packages like the one Lotus 123. The introduction of other spreadsheet packages follows, such as the Lotus 123 and Microsoft Excel, which we have been using up till today. In between, Peachtree Software have also launched an accounting software package for the personal computer. And then this development, along with the 1998 introduction of QuickBooks for day-to-day bookkeeping, made financial accounting tasks easier to perform than relying on mainframe computers. So we have seen from the beginning that the use of these ancient materials, the abacus and the other things. Now we move on to the adding machine of Burroughs, and then now we look at how the VisiCalc was introduced as a first spreadsheet package to add up numbers and then to have some kind of addition and other subtraction and other things. Then we have the Lotus 123, and then we have the Excel, we have the other software that we have been using. So this is how the technology has been evolving in the accounting profession. Now, let us look at the emerging technologies in accounting. When we say emerging technologies, we are talking of the current technology we are having nowadays. Number one, we have the cloud-based accounting. This is an internet-based database which provides shared financial information on demand remotely. It also allows accountants to perform tasks from any location, as well as deliver financial information and reports through the cloud. So cloud-based accounting started to evolve as a result of some limitations within the accounting software we know. And all the accounting software houses that they produce, most of them, they have their own cloud-based accounting softwares nowadays. And this cloud-based accounting was also more prominent and more accessible and embraced during the coronavirus era. Those periods whereby people start to work from home, and a lot of businesses have to, their employees have to be at home and work, and they have to share data and work and then distribute their data. So the cloud-based accounting have more embarrassment, or let me say that it has been embraced more during the last 3 to 4 years during the coronavirus pandemic. So cloud-based accounting is a technology that has come into being, and it has also been and it will continue to be in place. So one of the technology we are having currently is the cloud-based accounting. Now the next is the data visualization. These are methods used by accountants to communicate information in numbers using visual presentation which enable people to understand. Because accountants use data, they use numbers, they use figures, they communicate in figures, they communicate in numbers, which not necessarily the accounting users, or let me say the accounting information users, they may not necessarily be knowledgeable to understand those figures, to understand those numbers or figures. So one of the technology that has been driven inside the current era is the use of data visualization software. So this software are used in converting data into charts, graphs, and tables and other visuals so that the accounting information users can visibly understand what the accountants are trying to present. It can be a lot of data can be transformed into a chart, in a single chart, whereby the information can be readily and visibly understood by a layman. So data visualization is also an emerging technology that's been presently used in accounting. Now we have the cybersecurity. The cybersecurity, it has become an essential to implementing cloud-based accounting, because when the cloud-based accounting has been embraced, people have been adopting the cloud-based accounting, whereby their data are stored in cloud, which people can, or those who can have access to the information can access. So this is because the information on cloud, it seems to be flexible and remotely accessed, could have malicious cyber attacks and data theft. You know, whenever you go online, whenever there is information online or on the cloud, there is tendency of breakthrough by some fraudsters to attack such data, to manipulate those data, or to steal some information from unauthorized persons. So this necessitates accountants to have an insight and skill in cyber security. We have most of the accountants now that are into cybersecurity work, whereby they tend to protect, or they tend to understand how to protect their data or their information, which is very, very sensitive. When we are talking of accounting data, we are accounting of financial information, is very sensitive, whereby cybersecurity skills has to be put in place. So this is one of the emerging technology in accounting, where people now tend to delve into cybersecurity to add knowledge to their accounting background in order to protect their data. Now the next is the blockchain technology. This is a distributed ledger technology system whereby we know how to record and distribute transactional data in a secured and well-known way. So blockchain technology is transforming auditing and record keeping, and even the accountability with the ability to maintain a reliable record and secure transaction. So blockchain technology this is also the current technology, whereby it is usually been known with the issue of this connection with the Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. But blockchain technology is a way, or is a system whereby it has a very significant impact on the accounting profession, whereby this distributed ledger technology is being introduced. So blockchain technology is one of the technology that the accountant or the accounting profession is into now, whereby a lot of people are now engaged or are expected to have skills in blockchain technology, because it's the most likely technology that are going to wrap in the future. Next is the artificial intelligence. This is one of the emerging technology that we can say it automates administrative tasks. It analyzes complex data stream or extract a lot of information, like a customer information. You can improve some, you can get some information and improve for decision making, and it also go hands in hand with robotic process automation, which can also automate complex and repetitive tasks and process with extreme accuracy, thereby reducing operating costs and increasing efficiency. AI, we all know about AI nowadays, whereby things are now changing with AI technology. A lot of things, whatever we know, AI has gone into. Artificial intelligence has been in place in the previous years, more than 20 years back. But the use or the impact of AI hasn't been yet been recognized or been impacted in most of work until in the last maybe 5 years, let us see. AI has gone into many aspects, but it has been there. But nowadays, accounting has also been imbibed the AI technology, whereby we all know how the accounting profession have this complex data, it has this repetitive work of transactions, which usually is been repetitive from day 1 to day 2, day 3, before the financial statement has been extracted or has been prepared. So the AI has that capability of taking that automation of administrative repetitive tasks of our information in such a way that it can communicate and then present the information that is required. So artificial intelligence is also a current technology that has been in place, and the accounting profession has also embraced and it's been used. Now we have the business analytics. This is also an emerging technology in accounting, whereby we have in business analytics, we have many analytics. We have the predictive, we have the descriptive analytics, and all these analytics are being used with this concept of the big data we have. These are new generation of technologies designed to economically extract values from large and complex data with precision and transform it into useful information. For example, predictive analytics is used to build accurate forecasts and identify potential shopping forecasts. When we want to forecast, the accountants also have this ability to prepare financial statement, and then they have also gone far in predicting the future. That is forecasting the future on what will happen within the transactions, within the internal organization or within the outside scope of the organization in terms of the preparation of the financial statement. So, for example, predictive analytics is being used to build accurate forecasts and identify pattern shaping forecasts. And then we say a study by XVI found that most common use of predictive analytics in accounting is to identify the potential fraud. This is followed by forecasting and predicting financial performance. This is a study from ACCE, not AAC, it's ACCE. So one of the methods used is to predict or to forecast the financial performance. Also, it is being used to predict and identify a potential fraud. So business analytics is very, or whether I say business analytics or data analytics, we are all meaning the same thing in this context. So business analytics is very, very important. It's an emerging technology that the accountants have been using to make their work more efficient and more useful. Now, the future technologies in accounting. According to a study conducted by ACCA in 2022, advances in digital technology is among the driver of change in the future of accounting, because it reports that 55% of the respondents after the survey expect that the development of intelligent automated accounting systems to have the greatest impact over the next 3 to 10 years. So this is showing that even the accountants themselves, they are, let me say, confident. They are confident and they believe that this digital technology is among the driver change in the future of accounting. So since it's a driver change in the future of accounting, it shows that a lot of technology will emerge in the future. A lot of technology will emerge, or the current technology we are using will be sophisticated and then be useful in the future too. Also, technology will continue to transform the accounting profession, letting accounting focus more on value-added activities. This is also from their report, that it shows that in the future, most of the accounting profession will be more on value-added activities, not the bulk work that we know the accountants are doing. So it's going to be more of a decision maker or a more advisor in the system of organization where accountants are working. There are to some extent that this business advisor will be, to some extent, we will say that it's going to have some value-added activities as a business advisor, as an accountant, because of the use of those technologies that may not necessarily allow someone to involve in the addition, computation, and others, but only the result. Maybe you forecast the future in your future activities, and then you also have the past data, and then the current data, and then you forecast the future. So those accountants will need to understand and often be expert in business models, funding, payment, and blockchain applications. Those are identified areas whereby future accountants need to have skills in those areas. They will also need more skills with analytics and the social media toward business use for collaboration, disclosure, presentation, and stakeholder engagement. So one of the skills that the accountant will also be expected to have in the future is the issue of this analytics. This we have discussed on the business analytics, and then even the use of the social media tools, because a lot of things has changed now. A lot of things has changed, whereby we have collaboration, we have to disclose information. The accounting information, you know, disclosure is one of the significant part of accounting profession. So all those things have to be done within the IT world. So it is expected that the accountant must have this kind of analytical skills and these IT skills. Now, it is believed that technology will continue to shape the accounting profession, and there will be a greater adoption of sophisticated technologies. So the current technologies, that is the AI, the data analytics, the cloud computing, and etc., will reinforce the need for accountants nowadays to improve their soft skills for future technologies. So what we are now talking of accounting is that accountants should be going for soft skills. An accountant, if you cannot go for a soft skill, you will be left behind. So these soft skills has to do with this AI, data analytics, cloud computing, cybersecurity, blockchain technology. All these ones have come to stay. They are currently in use, and they are being forecasted to be continuously to be used in the future. Other technologies may emerge, but from now, what is being forecast that this technology will continue to surface in the future, and maybe they may be improved, or some technology may be in between them, which the accountant needs to imbibe those technologies. So in the future, the accountant role will evolve into more of a strategic advisor and engages in value-added activities rather than a role worker. This is what I have earlier said. This is what we are expecting in the future. The accountant will be providing value-added activities. Value-added activities in the sense that it advises based on the information he has, based on the forecast he made, based on the history he has. All those information, all those computations and all the analytic work will be done by computer and other technologies. So he may have other information, or he must have other skills in order to explain more on the financial data he has. So in conclusion, the most outstanding technology believed to prosper in the future. And the number one is the artificial intelligence. Why is the artificial intelligence? Is because the accounting or the bookkeeping and accounting work we know is more of a repetitive or routine task that has been usually been done since from the introduction of the spreadsheet packages, or let me say the adding machine, the spreadsheet packages, and then the software we have, and then all those ones are software or are systems that are being involved or they are being introduced or invented to minimize the volume of work of this repetitive or routine work that accountants usually do. So the artificial intelligence is a system whereby it handles this kind of repetitive activities and then presents what it can present within the concept of the information it's gathered. So artificial intelligence is seen as one of the technology that will continue to prosper in the future in the accounting technology. Secondly, the blockchain technology. The blockchain technology is even the most widely accepted one that the future technology of accounting will continue to imbibe or embrace the blockchain technology because of its distributed ledger system, whereby this adoption of the of cryptocurrency now is becoming an issue or is becoming more acceptable among people and businesses in the world over. So the blockchain technology, these are the two concepts. Even though we also have the business analytics, we have the cybersecurity, the cloud accounting systems. All those ones are relevant. They may continue to prosper. They may continue to go in the future. But these two, artificial intelligence and blockchain technology, are the most widely accepted one that they will continue to be used and prosper in the future. And the accountants, or let me say the emerging students we have, or the emerging youths we are having, they have to imbibe the adoption of new skills, new soft skills of technology. If you want to continue to be in the profession of accounting, you have to imbibe the soft skill of technology, whereby you use the soft skill of your technology in order to supplement or complement your accounting knowledge. Because whether we like it or not, technology has come to stay and is going to continue from the lesser to the bigger part of the technology. So those are students of accounting, they are highly encouraged to go into IT skills and to delve into this emerging technology that we have in accounting and the foreseeable system that we may have in the future. Apart from the AI, the blockchain technology, we may be having some kind of technology. But at this level, we have to imbibe let me say the technology savvy. You have to be tech savvy in order to prosper in your accounting profession. So I think this is all what I have for us, the little I have. Then thank you for listening, and then maybe if there is any other thing to add or to ask, inshallah. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Muhammad Auwal Kabir, for giving such a interesting and informative lecture for all the participants. And now we come to the Q&A session. For those who have a question, please raise your hand or drop the question in the chat box, and I'm gonna read for you. Are there any questions? Okay, while writing the question from the student, I would like to asking about the ethical. Are there any ethical concern that arise with the use of advanced technologies in accounting? So there's any ethical that because the changing of the technologies, people also can't use it without any consideration. So are there any ethical concerns about that, Doctor?
Yes, there must be ethical consideration, but that has to do with the context of where the technology is being used. That is why most of our times, whenever we have this new technology, most countries or nations, they have to promulgate some laws that will be guided, that can guide people or their citizens with the usage of those technologies. I think it's more of within the context of our nations and how those laws can be met, if I can say that.
Okay, so it depends on the government to they have the regulation to
Yes.
create the law of this using of technologies, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay, and we have a question from Muhammad Rizkan. Okay, please.
Okay, thank you for the chance. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Rizwanuspi with the student ID number 235. So I want to ask, so sir, in your opinion, what is the best accounting tools or software easily to use recently? And if you don't mind, can I know that what accounting software usually they use to do financial reporting in your country? Thank you, sir.
Okay. In my country here in Nigeria, we do use several. It depends on the institution or the organization. They use different kind of software, accounting software. We have the off-shelf software packages, and then we have the customized packages that organizations usually customize for themselves. We have the small and medium enterprises, businesses. Most of them, they use this QuickBooks. Here, I know a lot of people, especially in the SMS, they use QuickBooks accounting, QuickBooks software, and then some also try to personalize or customize their own software they use in their business organizations. And then we also have the government in the public sector. They have a centralized software that they use for transaction in the public sector. But in the private sector, it depends on the individual businesses. But most at times, or most significantly, I know most of the businesses, they use QuickBooks. That is the small and medium. But the large enterprises, they use their own customized software. Did I answer the question?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is there any question?
People should feel free to ask questions. Feel free to ask questions. And then we also, if you have anything to add, then we are sharing knowledge. Yes.
Yes. If Indonesia, we have accurate like that to it's the one of application for the accounting, but in Nigeria you use QuickBooks, right?
Yes. Most of the small and medium enterprises, they use QuickBooks.
QuickBooks. Okay, it's how it QuickBooks work? Like we just input the data or like what?
Yes. You input it's off-shelf package. You input data and then you can prepare your financial statement, or you have inventory control, or whatever you would like to do within how the software has been designed. You can customize your own way on doing it, but it may have some limitation if you want to use it in your own way. So most of our big, medium, and large organizations, they use their own customized software being designed by software houses. We have some software houses here in the country, so they give them contract and they design their own software.
It's same work like accurate in here,
Okay.
but it's a paid program, a paid application, or it's a free?
Paid.
Oh, okay.
Yes, paid.
Okay, is there any question from beloved student? Okay. If you okay, for the student, if you shy to say something, you can drop your question in the chat box. It's okay, I will read it for you. So
Yes.
yes, just ask anything about the technologies, because we have expert here, expert in
Not
technology,
expert.
right? It's okay. We sharing experience,
Knowledge.
sharing knowledge, right? Can simply drop your question on the chat box. So, Doctor, I want to ask the student in accounting must have to emerging this technology. What skills, the main skill to the accounting student must have?
The emerging skill now.
No.
So I think this blockchain technology, I think, is very, very important. Very, very important for students to have insights and start learning the soft skill with this blockchain technology, understanding how it works, and then what are the possible future use of the blockchain technology. I think this is the most very, very important one, because we also, this cloud-based accounting system is just an addition to what we know in the accounting software, whereby we also have the cloud storage. And then the cyber security also is good. The cyber security skills is also good, but I think this blockchain technology is very, very important. Yes.
So it's not enough with the basic traditional accounting skill.
No, it's not more now. Basic traditional accounting skill in the foreseeable future, it will not even be present.
Okay.
It will not be present because all the system will take over those work. Those systems will take over all those work. That's why we said that in the nearest future, the accountant will be a more of advisor. He will be providing more added value services or activities, whereby all those automations, all those routine work, they have already been automated. So what remains is that you only try to have information and then give your insight or use other technological tools to have a kind of breakthrough of the information you have to give some information to the management for more decision making or for foreseeable future use. So that is why the normal routine work of our bookkeeping and accounting in the nearest future is going to be taken over by all this automation we are having, this AI technology, and a lot of things will be taken over. Then it will left the accountants with the knowledge of their IT or their skills in soft skills. So I think it's good for the accounting, especially those young ones that are coming up, to have a rethink, and not only it's only not. It depends on the curriculum. I don't know the curriculum in Indonesia. Maybe how these technologies are being imbibed or are being included in the curriculum nowadays, so that it can prepare the student for future job, let me say, marketability. So it depends on the curriculum. If the Indonesian government have included a lot of these skills that are emerging, so it will be good. Like here also in Nigeria, there's a current review on the curriculum of universities. So most of the accounting departments in all the public universities, they have tried to include all these new technologies that are coming up in the curriculum, so that they can prepare their students or their youth for the future.
Okay, we have a question from Ichud. Hello, my name is Ichud. I would like to ask about what do you think which one is should best technology for small medium enterprise in accounting?
Okay, small and medium enterprise. You mean the software or the skills or what? I didn't understand.
Maybe the software, I think.
Okay, the software, it depends on Indonesia. Maybe we have many accounting software that are being used, but even Peach3 accounting software is still being some organizations here, they use it, and then the QuickBooks or other, we have many software accounting software, but it depends on the organization which one prepared or is more preferable for it. Or I think anyone is okay. It depends on which whatever someone wants. But for me, I always try to encourage people to customize their own software. To customize their own software, we have people that can design a software, a system, accounting software for organizations to use it, because you can customize and do and make it to suit your own needs than to buy the off-shelf software. So it depends on individuals. It depends on individual or the organization itself.
So it depends on individual and organization.
Yes.
So what if it's SMA with limited resources?
Yes.
What the plan B they must have, because they are limited resources and they don't know the technologies development. I think why should we give the advice for that? Yes.
Yes. Yes. For small scale. For small scale businesses, which they don't have much resources, so I think they just have to go for the market software, the off-the-shelf software, and then the one that may not be necessarily expensive, not the one that they have to develop by themselves or to have their own system. They can go for it. And if they cannot afford to do that, they have to reverse to the manual accounting system if they can. But accounting record keeping is very, very vital for the survival of business. So I think here in Nigeria, we also have this point of sales. That is the minimum. The minimum technology I think people can use in keeping record of their transaction is the point of sales. This is the POS that they use in trying to track their transactions and their inventory. So I think those who don't have much resources, they can either start with the manual accounting system by recording their transactions, or they can go for the POS, that is the point of sales, or the off-the-shelf packages like that of the SQL, the QuickBooks, Peach3, and others. And then the one that you said in Indonesia, there is one you said prominently is Indonesia.
Okay. Is there any question? Okay. From our beloved student. Okay, there's a question from Baby Karina. Hello, my name is Baby. If there is a small medium enterprise don't want to adopt fintech, how do you think about that?
They have their option. They have their reason for not adopting technology in their business, but they have to know that technology usually improve performance, reduce cost, and then also give accurate results. So it depends on the conservative nature of businesses or individuals, especially in the SMS. Some are so conservative that they want to know that they don't want to introduce or to want to imbibe or embrace any technology. If they can manage their resources without the technology, it's good for them. But when they embrace and they use technology, they will now tend to know that it's better for them to use the technology than not to use it. Because you cannot force someone, except if, which I know, countries cannot enforce law for people to be using a certain technology. But to some extent, there are some situations whereby technology can be enforced in certain areas so that people can now at least go into technology. For example, let me give an example in Nigerian context. Since from the coronavirus, we have the policy of cashless economy, whereby the government tries to discourage people from using cash transactions. They try to encourage people to use other form of electronic payment transactions, and it wasn't compulsory, it was voluntarily, but they have been sensitizing people to be using other platform of electronic payment systems. But at the end, when the coronavirus came in, the coronavirus pandemic, it forced people to start transacting through other alternative electronic platforms because of the restriction of movement and other things. Then the government have that opportunity. Immediately after the post-corona virus, then it enforces the law on the cashless policy that there are some certain transactions that each business, individual or businesses should not exceed. Any transaction that exceeds this a certain amount should not be handled by banks. So all transactions must be channeled towards electronic platform. So this has what I'm trying to say is that a government can introduce a policy if it found that this policy will help the economy. So using the SMEs that is not trying to go into fintech or any technology, it's up to them, except if there is a regulation that will force them to go into that aspect. But for in Nigeria now, most of businesses, small and medium enterprises, and even individuals have now been adopting other payments technology more than leaving the cash-based transactions. Most transactions now are cashless, not in cash form. So in Indonesia, I don't think there's maybe a policy on that, except maybe after the coronavirus or during the coronavirus, maybe the government will have done something like that. But I think there is no force on that. A business can decide not to use technology, it can use, but what is important is that those businesses that have this conservative nature, they need to be sensitized, they need to be oriented, and they need to show them the practical importance or the practical benefit of those technologies.
Mm-hmm. And here too, it's a cashless, contactless, like that.
Okay, cashless and contactless, that's good.
We just pay anything from our handphone So we
Yes.
just tap and go just like that.
Good, good.
It's a
And now,
technology. Mhm.
and I know this did happen with the, especially after the corona pandemic when it came, and then there's an improvement in that.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, is there any question? Is there more question from our student? It's okay to drop the chat with Indonesian because I will translate for you. So it's okay. Just drop the question in Indonesian. Okay. Okay, if there's no question, I think it's enough for today, and we come to the end of this session. I would like to thank to our lecturer for today, Dr. Muhammad Auwal Kabir, for sparing time to deliver such an interesting lecture about the future technologies in accounting, and for all the participants for their active participation. Before closing the event, I will give a conclusion for the our meeting today. Future technologies in accounting explore the evolving landscape of accounting practice in the digital age. It encompasses various emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchains, and robotic process automation. These technology are reshaping traditional accounting process by automating text, enhancing data analysis, and improving accuracy and increasing efficiency. Thank you so much, Dr. Muhammad Auwal Kabir. And I'm with
Thank
us
you so
today.
much.
Sincerely apologize for the mistake I have probably made during this meeting. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. There's still question.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, okay.
There's one who raised hand.
Okay.
Who the raised hand? Okay. Still shy, I think, still shy.
Oh,
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Muhammad Auwal Kabir. And I give him back to Mrs. Munawaroh.
Okay, thank you so much for Miss Windy for conducting these sessions. So, ladies and gentlemen, finally we come to the end of the event. I think before we close, we will take a photo session. So to all of the participants, please turn on the camera. So I will conduct you from 1 to 3 to make a photo. Okay, please. Okay. Okay, from the first slide, one. Okay. For Randa, ready? Okay, first slide. 1, 2, 3. And then second slide. 1, 2, 3. And then the third. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and the last. No, not the last. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the fifth slide. 1, 2, 3. And the last slide. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you for all the participants, for our beloved students that has attending these sessions. So, before close this ProAksi Talk Series, as a host, I will say thank you so much for all of your for your attentions. From the depths of my heart, I do apologize for my mistake that I have made this event. So see you at ProAksi Talk Series 17. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon all.